Investments in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.
We have two very interesting webinar conversations happening on the 15th of June, and I'd like to tell you a little bit more about them. Did you know that 75% of people worry about how their families would manage financially in their absence? Swagat is going to be looking at a budget-friendly way to protect your family's financial needs and designing your term insurance plans. This webinar is happening at 11 a.m. Following this at 12 p.m., I'll be talking about how retirees can structure a steady and tax-efficient source of income through the power of SWPs or systematic withdrawal plans. We would love to see you there. The registration links are in the description below.
Get set for the long haul. An election is over, cabinet has been formed, portfolios have been allocated, we all know who runs which ministry. Over the next 95 days, you will see a lot happen on the reform front. The government has a 100-day agenda, and I presume that it will touch several of the ministries. The market knows that this is going to happen. It knows something is coming, and that reflects in the confidence that investors are showing in Indian equities. However, between now and the 100th day of this government, there is a very, very big event, and that event is the union budget. Clearly, that event will be closely watched by all of us. The run-up to that event, which will be through this month, we'll see a lot of expectations getting set. These expectations will be captured in valuations of companies. Market may discount many things that it is already expecting in the budget. But I'm sure about one thing. The market will never perfectly get it right on these expectations. In fact, more often than not, we market participants end up being wrong on these expectations, and then after the budget we correct our expectations. How do we correct our expectations? We correct our expectations through our behavior in the market, through what we think are acceptable valuations. We reset those valuations to the level which we are comfortable in the emerging scenario. All this is waiting to happen. Also, even after doing this, the market need not be in this state of excitement after the budget. So there could be a reset, and after that we could well see a boring market. Global events are ahead of us this year. We have the US elections coming up towards the end of the year. These global events could significantly contribute to volatility in stock markets. And when you see volatility in the US markets, it's quite likely that it will be captured and reflected in our own markets. That's the kind of scenario that we have to invest in. I don't see a grave sense of urgency to invest in this market. But on the other hand, I also don't think that this is a market to avoid investing in equities. We need to strike a balance. This is not a secular market. It's going to be a very specific market. In my view, it's going to be a bottom-up market, a market where we have to be right on specific things. We don't have to be right on the overall market direction. And when we are right on these specific things, we must act on them, because that's the only way that we would derive the benefits of being right on something. And we have to act within reasonable time. You can't wait endlessly, because even if you are right on something, what you are right on is not going to wait for you. This is a highly competitive market, and everybody is trying to be right on something very specific. So if you are right, you have to act. So that's the reason why I think that you should not completely avoid investing in this market. You must invest specifically where you believe you can be right. And you must not rush to invest in a place where you are only vaguely thinking that you could possibly be right. As an investor, knowing the distinction between these two is the most important thing for you at the moment. It's important not just for you, it's important for every one of us. Thank you for watching this video.